Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
The Grand Forks Air Force Base isn't saying much regarding the downing of a military drone.
The U.S. Central Command confirms the unmanned drone was shot down by an Iranian missile and says the attack was unprovoked. The drone was an RQ-4 Global Hawk, similar to the ones stationed at the Grand Forks facility. Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz went to the air base today to find out what officials were willing to share.
I'm here at the Grand Forks Air Force Base, home to the RQ-4 Global Hawk, the same type of drone shot down over the Gulf Thursday morning. Some reports suggest the drone shot down was an older one. Here at the Grand Forks Base, there are newer versions of the RQ-4, which is a remotely piloted aircraft. The Air Force tells us they can't give us the exact number of Global Hawks here on the base, but they do have enough to support global operations 24/7. Back in 2011, the Grand Forks Base was looking for a new mission to contribute to the fight, and North Dakota was primed for unmanned aerial systems. That is, drones to fly remotely. They alerted the Air Force. They had the open space and the ability for the RQ-4 Global Hawks to fly on in. It was big business for Grand Forks and the state of North Dakota. In 2018, having an economic impact of $245 million. And starting next week, this very base will be taking administrative control over the Air Force's Global Hawk inventory. In Grand Forks, Rose Itzkovitz, Valley News Live.
President Donald Trump called the incident an unprovoked attack, adding that the drone was in international airspace. Iran says the aircraft was flying over Iran.
After a few sprinkles early this afternoon, the sky opened a couple of times and dropped significant rainfall. You knew something was coming with the continued overcast skies. Let's take a live look from our Storm Team Skycam located now in South Fargo. It looks like might get even more sprinkles as the evening wears on. Let's go to meteorologist Justin Fanfarelli, who joins us now with your no-wait weather forecast for this Thursday. Justin?
And thank you, Mike and Andrea. Good evening, everybody. Yes, we have a band of rain very slowly making its way off to the north and to the east. Here's where it's located as of right now from the Fargo area. Points off to the south, approaching Sisseton, across most of Lakes Country with light to moderate rain, stretching all the way back to between the Devil's Lake and Grand Forks area right now. And again, very slowly moving off to the north and to the east. So if you live in northwestern Minnesota, the Northern Valley, a good chance of having some showers this evening. Where we're not getting the rain into northwestern Minnesota, temperatures now into the lower 70s. Everybody else mainly into the low to mid 60s and a little bit of a breeze from the south and from the east around 10 to 25 miles per hour, making it feel cool for this time of year with the clouds and the rain this evening. Temperatures falling back into the upper 50s. We have a chance of some strong to severe storms, especially into the Southern Valley and Lakes Country tomorrow. We'll tell you all about that and a nice warm up ahead as we dry out for this time next week. Details coming up later in the newscast.
That sounds good. Thanks, Justin.
An early morning fire left behind $20,000 in damages to an unattached garage in Grand Forks. It happened shortly after midnight on the 1300 block of Cottonwood Street. Firefighters were able to quickly bring the fire under control. No one was injured, and the family of the home tells us they believe the cause was due to old wiring.
Authorities say they've recovered nearly 100 grams of crystal meth in a drug bust at a home in rural Redby, Minnesota. They described it as high-grade meth worth an estimated $10,000. Investigators found scales used in illegal drug operations. 57-year-old Barbara Thunder and 25-year-old Zach Head are both facing charges of unlawful possession of a controlled substance. They're also facing a child endangerment charge because there was an infant in the home.
A 5-day trial is set to begin September 30th for the Arizona man accused of shooting a Valley City man last November. 21-year-old Cornelius Edward Johnson is facing 2 felony counts of attempted murder and a felony count of robbery stemming from a November 21st, 2018 shooting in Valley City. Johnson fled the state after the shooting. 2 months later, U.S. Marshals arrested him in Maricopa County, Arizona on January 30th. The 19-year-old victim was shot 1 time in the upper body and continues to recover from his gunshot wound.
A Minnesota man is free after Polk County jury acquitted him of a felony sex crime. 40-year-old Jeremy Jurdy was charged with first-degree criminal sexual conduct after allegedly having multiple sexual encounters with a young boy. The trial started Monday. The jury handed down its decision yesterday. Jurdy still faces 2 additional counts of sex crimes in Polk County.
Law enforcement officers are used to interrogating suspects, but today they were on the receiving end of the questioning. This morning, drug recognition experts and attorneys with the North Dakota State's Attorneys Association held a mock DUI trial. The hearing happened on the final day of a week-long training to share ideas on how they can do better.
And how we can better answer questions and to better work with the prosecutor or the state's attorney to come across to the jury that we know what we're talking about.
A jury gave the officers scores on a scale from 5 to 10 on how they performed on the stand and feedback on how they did as witnesses.
4 Fargo men's Facebook posts are going viral after a group stood outside of the Red River Women's Clinic yesterday to support anyone headed inside. These men tell us that more importantly, they want to be there to make sure women are safe and protected from protesters.
I don't care if you want to protest, that's your right. Stand there with your sign, even if it's a super messed up sign. Like, stand there do your thing. But like, for you to go out of your way to like hurt someone like that, like, I don't feel that.
The group says its goal is to be out at the clinic every Wednesday to help keep women safe, adding that they will even go inside the clinic with you if that's how you need your support.
Hundreds of students in FM Metro school districts go without a permanent place to sleep. Those statistics were released in a new report by the Fargo-Moorhead Coalition to End Homelessness. As of May 2019, the report shows 581 students were identified as homeless in the FM Metro school districts. In total, the group found about 1,000 people are experiencing homelessness in the FM area. The report breaks down the numbers and finds that men make up the majority of the homeless population at 49%. These are just a few numbers pulled from the report, but you can find out more on our website, valleynewslive.com.
The spotlight shines on safe swimming today. Local pools participated in the world's largest swimming lesson, which is an international event aiming to keep kids safe when they're near water. And the local commitment extends beyond today. Over the last year, there have been 4 drownings in our area, all of them involving kids. Drowning is the leading cause of unintended injury-related deaths for kids between the ages of 1 and 4. And it's the second leading cause for children under 14. To address the problem, local aquatics leaders in Fargo, West Fargo, and Moorhead formed a task force to make swimming lessons more accessible for at-risk groups.
We have pools, and we offer swimming lessons at all those pools. We unfortunately don't have any transportation, and that is an issue with some of the low-income and new American populations.
The task force is also working with local police departments to help get families to their lessons. Task force members are also working to remove financial barriers for families through scholarships and other programs.
The commute in Moorhead is getting worse for some of you. Crews are working on a water main replacement project on 20th Avenue South in Moorhead between 8th and 11th Streets South. Officials say the closure will last between 2 and 4 weeks, weather permitting.
The Better Business Bureau of Minnesota and North Dakota and AARP Minnesota are teaming up to educate seniors about recent scams. Moorhead Scam Jam will take place from 8 in the morning until noon next Wednesday. It's free. It's a fraud prevention event aimed at educating seniors and caregivers about recent scams impacting our marketplace. It includes a light breakfast, resource fair, and advice and information from fraud experts. The Scam Jam will take place at the Yumcomb Center at 202 First Avenue North in Moorhead.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, a record-setting fish caught in Minnesota. We'll have the details.
In Fargo, just over 1/3 of an inch of rain so far. Temperatures near the 70-degree mark, but we should be near 80 this time of year. We got a chance of severe weather tomorrow. We'll tell you all about that coming up next.